Is that the end of the garbage?
That's the end of the garbage.
That is the end of the garbage, except for this video. Now we are starting the garbage.
We're starting the garbage. We're going to throw some garbage out. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Good morning,
We
everybody.
got Mitchell floating around as well. He's also hanging out in the store with us. But Anthony is back. We're going to shoot a sound exchange session video. This one here, kind of an interesting one. Should be a fun one, I think. We've talked about, you know, like what would happen if we lost our collection, you know, and how we would feel and all that sort of stuff. And we've talked about, you've kind of talked about it, potentially selling it off or thinning it out, right? That kind of a thing. The question came up through doing that from people. What would be the first album we would buy if we were starting over with our collection? Knowing what we know now, right? Like as a kid, our minds only knew a little bit. Right?
I'm thinking about this all morning.
Yeah?
I don't know. It'll probably be John Mellencamp or Pearl Jam's 10.
See, and I find it interesting you say that because I'm the same way. I actually was thinking, and I was like, I wouldn't go buy the albums that I think are, quote, the best. Appetite for Destruction for me is a key
I'd have
album.
to buy Appetite.
Yeah.
Right? Would it be my...
No.
Why do I get can we get 5?
Oh, yeah. You can pick 5. It doesn't have to be the first, but I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to go to the store and we're buying 5 albums.
How much money do I have to spend? Are they 80s, 90s prices? Are we talking CDs, LP? Well,
No.
let's just
For
say it
you,
doesn't
your
matter.
it doesn't matter.
We're gonna get
even
to-
if you're buying the first pressings and they're $800 a pop. It doesn't matter. What would be the first? You pick 5. Doesn't matter. But for me, I'm realizing I don't actually think I would go pick my top of the top. I would probably go buy that week's newest releases.
Really?
Yeah.
I would go back to the things that move me most.
Yeah.
Also, are we going into this with the mindset of where we are now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, today you've lost your collection. It burned up in a fire.
Fucking
or
Morgan,
you sold it
the
all.
last Morgan Wade record
Yeah.
might be the first thing I buy.
That's what I'm
Obsessed might
right?
be it.
See, and
It's the thing that has just pushed me a little bit into whatever I need to be pushed into in the last 6 months. So I think that's my first record.
yeah, see, and I'm thinking, you know, Friday has the new release of the U2 box set, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, which comes with the, quote, what they're calling it, Shadow album, 10 unreleased tracks.
Thank you, Mike.
I'm super stoked for that. I would probably go and buy the box set.
There is nothing out. This has been in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
There has been nothing new that I have
Oh, like really been excited for?
removed from the store.
Yeah.
Nothing has got me.
And I totally see that the last few weeks, the stuff that I got was stuff that I'm kind of interested. Let me get that. Let me have it for the collection. But I didn't expect it to move me. I was kind of lucky in that some of the stuff I bought last week, one of them being that Burton Cummings, the Guess Who
Reissue.
singer. And, well, not the reissue, the
there was
brand
a-
new.
How
Yeah.
was his new record?
Fantastic. It moved me so much. But I'm just pointing out to the people watching this, it was interesting because you weren't thinking necessarily to bring it in. No one was asking for it. It's not a hot title. And then I said I wanted it, and so you brought it in. You go, oh, I wasn't thinking about bringing that in. You want it? Yeah. Okay, brought it in.
Nobody else has bought it.
And I kind of felt the
Which
same
is a
way.
bummer. I love the fucking
Yeah.
Guess Who.
And it just turned out to be so good.
Really, I think I'm going to give that, because Guess Who was a big influence in my life.
Oh.
Huge.
Definitely check out the new album. It moved me in a way I can't even explain. It just, and there's 17 tracks, and all 17 did it. It wasn't like, oh, I can skip this or that. I got 8 or 9 tracks in, and I was just like, oh my God, this thing is still blowing me away. But anyway, it's been interesting, and I wonder if it moved me that much because there isn't anything as big and major on the horizon.
Oh, that would.
Do you know what I mean? That would have taken the cake from it.
Yeah.
And
Shit.
Yeah. So I don't know, but my mind is always on new stuff. That's just how I operate.
My mind is always praying for new stuff, but with the lack of stuff, because it's the difference in our mentality towards the collections.
Yeah.
Hate using that word. But
Library is what I like to call it.
yeah, and I always wanted the library. I don't have the room or the drive for it anymore. I just want the things that spark me to want to exist and move through the day. And it's no longer the library aspect. The smaller I can get it, to where I can just pinpoint the shit that drives me.
Right.
And I do pray one day that it builds back up into the library mentality.
Right.
To where I want to have 30,000 records. But
See, I'm not trying, like, every so often I get people that'll comment on the channel and they'll be like, I've got 22,000 CDs, beat that. And I'm like, it's not a competition.
I'm not trying
one.
to beat, for a long time I was trying to beat everybody.
Yeah, really?
So I don't want to fucking compete, fight, or beat anything.
Right. And I guess because of that idea and the paring down aspect, you would now be going back and buying things that just move you to no end.
That is it.
Yeah.
That is the only thing.
Because like I was thinking about it and I'm like, some of my favorite albums, Pink Floyd's Division Bell, Appetite for Destruction from Guns N' Roses, Def Leppard's Hysteria, you know, those are classics for me. Those are things I can listen to all the time. But I don't listen to them every day. I don't even listen to them once a week. You know?
I buy back Dating the Cruisers 2 soundtrack with one of the first things I got.
That is a good one, you know. But it would be
Morgan Wade and John Cafferty.
That's pretty good selection.
Fucking insane.
Yeah. You know, like right now, I've been on a Tom Petty kick. I might buy Into the Great Wide Open. I love that album. It would kind of be based on whatever I was in the mood for at that time. As a classic, I might buy. It'd be like, oh man, I'm really digging some Black Crowes. I'd go buy Southern Harmony.
Exactly. My best Black Crowes album.
And I love the new one. So I might go buy the new one and that one.
So there really is no answer. Because we walk into a record store day one.
That's right.
And say, what am I buying? And your mood's going to dictate it.
It is. And it's going to be whatever speaks to you that day.
Yeah. So we'd be in a record store again every day.
Right.
With the insurance money or the money we sold it for.
Just set up a tent. We'd be like, just, you know, leave the light on for us. Lock me in.
Can you lock me in?
Right.
Can I use the bathroom? Can you lock me in? Can I order pizza? I promise I won't steal anything. I will be here in the morning.
Right.
I'm going to spend $10,000.
Yeah, here's my insurance check. Just take it. It's all going to be used. Oh my God. What a shopping
I would
spree
lose
that
my
would
shit.
be.
Right? Do it at Princeton or Revilla?
Because I would just, I mean, if I had that kind of money, and we're not just talking about one, I would go in and just buy whole catalogs. I'd go to the Guns N' Roses. I'd go to the
that would be,
Pink Floyd.
now there's two different ways of doing it, right? The funds are endless. I get to walk in. I'm going to buy the entire Mellencamp catalog because I freaking need it.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to buy all of the Guns N' Roses albums.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just that
I
only got pocket change, I could buy one record.
Right, your insurance money hasn't come through.
And I need a record.
Yeah, because I can't be at home and not listen to music. I can't wake up and not have music to play.
Exactly.
If I literally, storm comes in, blows everything out, besides the fact that I've got access to streaming and I can listen to it on my headphones, but I'm reset up, I've got my stereo. Yeah, I would go to the store and buy 5 albums instantly, but it would not be what I would call my desert island.
No, because that's different.
That is different.
And I would also go home with those 5 records.
I would still go home
and listen to them straight, uninterrupted, almost as if
they were brand new.
Regardless of whatever the titles they were, it would be as if I was listening for the first time again.
And I thought about that too. That, I mean, you've often asked me and other people too. It's like, oh, do you have your collection insured? And I always say no. And yes, if something happened, it would be great to get that insurance check, and probably should do it. But I've often, people are like, would you be sad? Yeah, I would be, but at the same time, it would be exciting to start over.
I think starting over all the time.
Yeah.
I love the idea.
I would probably cry if I lost my collection, but I mean, it really wouldn't. I would just go, you know what? That's life.
It's a tangible object that you can get back. It might not be the copy you had for X amount of time.
And I don't know, and I probably wouldn't bring all of it back in.
No.
Because I have a large collection because I love going down rabbit holes and tangents and things like that. So I want to get the solo albums by this guy and the side project he did and so forth. But when I do that, it's because I'm in the mood for that artist on a particular album at that time. But I wouldn't be in that mood now, right? So I'd be going down other rabbit holes. My collection today, if I started over, would be entirely different with the exception of those desert island picks.
So as I'm starting the liquid sense of having all this music, my collection is becoming exactly what it would be today. Yeah. Instead of what I had built it into.
Right. I'm right there with you, because as you talk about
and it feels good. That bag, where's my green bag? I got a bag
of
shit I can't wait to just part with.
Yeah.
And it's...
Yeah, and see, my thing is that part of the reason I don't part with any of this stuff, and I have plenty of stuff that I could say, yeah, so-and-so, made a solo album and did that, but I'll never listen to that again. and bring it, but I'd get pennies for it,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So it's sort of like
You might as well just keep it.
I just keep it. Right. I could pare down. I could easily pare down.
If you don't have to, why do it? You have
That's
the
my
room.
thing. I have the room. That's the other thing. I don't have to.
I'm starting to feel closed in.
Yeah.
I don't like that feeling.
Oh, I know what you mean. And I felt that way when I lived in New York City.
Yeah.
And that was killing me. And I did slow down a lot at that point.
Which is it's a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
It's like writing a song or hanging out
And you can't-
by myself. It's like playing with my cat. It's
Yeah.
a huge part of my life.
Yeah, part of your daily
If I can't see
existence.
him run around the house
Yeah.
with his elephant feet,
Yeah, I know. Your cat has such big
Right?
feet. He's awesome. What's your cat's
Yeah.
name for everyone?
Bruce Leroy.
Bruce Leroy.
I don't think that. I like. There's certain things that
Yeah.
you need.
But it is interesting because I really thought you would, say, oh, Pearl Jam 10 or something. And I thought I would come in here and I had no one item to pick to do. And I thought, oh my God, that's so odd, right? And then we both ended up kind of saying the same thing, that we
Let the moment dictate.
Let the moment dictate it. And
Right now,
yeah.
at this very second,
Yep.
it would be definitely obsessed by Morgan Wade.
Morgan Wade, yeah. And like I said, for me, I think I'm so excited about that new U2 coming out Friday. I want those 10 more songs. I would buy that. And it's not even like it's a huge album for me. It's just that's where my mind is at.
New,
Yeah.
fresh, exciting,
Fresh, exciting.
invigorating.
Something I haven't heard.
Yeah.
And I guess with buying the box set, it's 5 CDs.
I would never hear that album again.
I would get the original album. I'd get some remixes, some lives. So it would actually be a great place to start.
I tried listening to that album again
Yeah.
for you. I can't do
You
it.
can't? No?
I can't do it. That album just irritates the shit out
Right
of me.
from Vertigo.
Right
yeah.
from Vertigo on.
It was a
I
weird.
tried to start it without Vertigo.
You can't. You have to start. I can't. If I skip the first track,
There's beautiful songs on that record.
yes,
but
it
it's not a
doesn't-
whole record for me.
Not a whole record, yeah. And it was just a weird thing for me. I never liked the song Vertigo up until, I don't know, 2 months ago when they announced this box
And
set.
this new one.
And I
Oh,
pulled, yeah,
shit,
and I pulled it
Vertigo.
out and I said, oh, I kind of like it. It's not as, quote, bad as I thought it was. And it's taken on a whole new life to me now.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wish I had that.
Yeah, maybe one day. You never know.
I have it with other things. I
Yes.
just don't have it with that.
Right.
That middle. Now we're getting into U2, right?
Right, yeah.
That middle period of U2, I can't do it.
The Octoon Baby,
Octoon Baby is
Zooropa.
brilliant.
Okay. But,
Fucking brilliant.
so where's your middle period with starting with Zooropa or
Starting with Pop.
Pop? Okay, see, I love Pop. It is my favorite
It's okay.
U2
It's okay.
album.
I don't hate it.
And
but
it's,
then
it's weird because it's all that dance influenced music.
it's great.
But for some reason it works for me. Oh my God.
It works. It just
Yeah.
it doesn't.
But it doesn't move you.
But the one they gave away for free.
I love that album.
I only rediscovered that album last year
Is that
because
Songs of Innocence?
yeah, one of the songs came on the Spotify
Right.
shuffle.
Yep.
And I said, "What U2 song is this? I've never heard this."
Right.
And I'd already given up on him by that point.
Uh-huh.
You don't like this?
No,
Oh.
Oh, this is fucking phenomenal.
I can't do it.
It doesn't move me the way other albums do. I know it was their big
I like that
comeback
better than
album.
Bomb.
This one here was a letdown for me because I loved Pop so much. Now we're on a whole different topic talking about U2 versus their different eras. One of the greatest
None of it's bad,
rock
but it's-
reinventions though. Would you say that? That's a whole separate topic we can do down the road.
Yeah, because that's gonna hurt my brain today.
Yes, right.
But
Well, I think we've got our answer on this. And if we were going in and buying something old, I'd probably buy Appetite first. It's just one of those albums that has never been worn out for me. But otherwise, I think the mood is going to dictate it for me. It's going to be
Okay.
whatever I see that day. Yeah.
agreed.
So, guys, weigh in. Let us know what would be the first album you would buy if you were starting your music collection over today. With all that knowledge, all that experience of having listened and enjoyed music, what would it be?
Grateful Dead Europe 72.
Why Grateful
Mitchell.
Dead Europe?
Well, okay.
72.
Come here, Mike. Why that album? Why that's actually great.
Because I'm a Deadhead.
But it's a live album. You wouldn't start with a studio.
No.
No.
The Grateful Dead studio albums exist. They're not for listening to. Really.
They're there
you can-
to give them
yeah.
material to play
And
live.
Europe 72 is probably their best live album,
Mm-hmm.
although they've released all these Dave picks and Dick's picks and
Right, but
everything
you'd
else,
still go
which
back
are
to
so
that.
much better than that.
Who do you
But
send
yeah.
Dick's pics to?
What?
What?
Okay.
Mitchell,
Sorry.
that's all right. What would be the first album you'd buy? And you did liquidate your collection.
6 times.
So
Yeah, a whole bunch of times.
All right. So just on
So-
the most recent go round.
Let me just say this. This is not the answer a record store wants to hear. But
Okay.
He
I
wouldn't buy
think
anything.
I am at the point of just, I've reached saturation in my apartment. I've got like 300 albums in my closet. I've got a Colex. I've got records in every room.
They're under his bed,
I'm at the
between
point
the
where
mattress.
I probably, if there was a natural disaster and the entire, I'm on the 2nd floor, so if the entire roof caved in
Yeah.
and my entire collection went away, I'd
be
probably
happy.
just go,
Okay.
oh, I can buy furniture now.
That's not what
I
it
can have
is.
He
actual
sits on
furniture.
records.
I made
would-
furniture. I
cooks
made
with
my
records.
records
The
into
question
furniture.
was, if you had to start your collection,
Okay,
But that is his answer.
This is my
I
answer.
think that's a great.
That's
I think
okay.
that's a perfect answer.
And you know what you guys were saying. I mean, like
I sit with Mitchell
I've
on
really
that.
gotten into streaming now, and I realize like I can just kind of create the collections that I want, but through playlists. You know, like I can have the Canned Heat collection that I want
Right.
without all those later albums without Bob Height on
I
it.
felt that way with Peter Murphy last night. I don't need half the nonsense.
Yeah, you can edit somebody's catalog so that it's the catalog the way you want it.
Yes.
You know? And I've gotten very.
You don't want to touch it anymore?
You know, I've touched enough records in my life. You know, I've kind of like I'm past that sensation of touching the record. You know,
That's
I'm
why
past,
he keeps his hands in his pocket
I'm,
when he
I'm
goes.
past
He's
the,
down
I'm
now.
past the colored vinyl
touch
collecting.
the record.
I'm past all of that. I'm kind of at the point where I would like to have actual furniture in my
I'd like to have
house and-
space. I'd like to have empty rooms that echo.
I would like to have empty space, but my collection's going to take it up.
When I was grabbing my phone, I
Yep.
was not being rude. I just
Right.
wanted to do a shameless plug for the Johnny Castle record. My new record is out. It is streaming. The physical copies will be out next year, probably sometime in January, CD and LP. Now, you're going to talk to me in a week and you're going to say it's not there.
Oh,
There's an edit problem.
because
so
it's up right now.
it's streaming right now. So
Yeah.
go listen to Johnny Castle before the flood and then take a break and come back to it next week when it restreams. There is a problem with the edit in one of the songs.
Oh no! Did you
Yup.
upload the wrong one?
No.
Okay.
There's just we don't know
There's a
where
glitch.
2 seconds is missing.
Oh my goodness.
A gap.
Oh.
There's no gap. So that's all it is.
Okay.
But
Okay. Go take
I
it.
just wanted to, make
Yeah.
sure that everybody goes and listens to Johnny Castle before the flood.
Johnny Castle Before the Flood. I know it's on Apple Music.
It's on Apple. It's on everything.
Everything.
If you every
Spotify,
free site,
whatever,
pay
yeah.
sites, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Get it wherever you want.
And
Pay for it or don't. I don't care.
I will
Just
buy
listen.
that on vinyl when it comes out. That will be my first record that I buy.
right.
Oh, that's gonna be his first record after we torch his fucking
Yeah,
apartment.
There you go.
after
That's
my
it.
roof caves in.
Everyone
I'll get the
here's
Johnny Castle
first
album.
record to buy after you lose your collection has to be Johnny
Johnny Castle.
There you go. All right. Thanks, guys.
See you later.